This is the Cryptonian taking a look at, well, none other than XRP. Now, I'm sure you've seen the thumbnail here, and you may disagree. You may think that it is a bit of clickbait. Not really, and I'll tell you why. But first of all, let's take a look at XRP. XRP currently is at 79 cents. It's crazy. At one time, it was up 100%. Or maybe even more. Let's take a look and see. In this one candle, weekly candle, 107%. Now it has retraced and it's currently up 65% for the week. And currently from the bottom here, currently up 134%. Now, number one, I wouldn't be chasing this. Again, nothing in this video is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I am just a technical analyst. I enjoy analyzing trends and markets, especially with the new tools that I have, right? The Cryptonian suite. Anyway, that being said, I would not be chasing this. It's very possible that this is a lot of hype that's driven this, and a lot of the shorts were covering and they got destroyed. So I'm expecting a retrace from this. If you look on the daily, we're already seeing a little bit of a retrace here take place here, although it is trying to consolidate. And here it's starting to come down a little bit, but still really the RSI is 78 on the 4-hour, and so it's still really over pumped, right? Still bullish, still in expansion, bullish, bullish, bullish. Volatility 101. That's huge. That's off the charts, right? So not a time to be buying. It needs to find its real value. And part of its real value, I think what's going to happen in the days and weeks to come is there's going to be a question that's going to be proposed, right? And the question is XRP, I think there's two questions actually to ask. Is XRP a good form of value exchange over international borders, right? It's supposed to be like a border payment, kind of like a SWIFT, right? Actually, at least that's the way they've been perceived in the market, right? Number one, I think this thesis fails because of the fact that the same as Bitcoin, right? I mean, Bitcoin really isn't money, it's a store of value. And the reason is it's too volatile. Can you imagine, someone goes in to buy a Lamborghini and the owner says, sure, the seller says, sure, we'll take your Bitcoin, your XRP, whatever. And they make the transaction. They pay, I don't know, what, 200,000 for a Lamborghini. And then the market crashes 50% the next day, right? Suddenly the buyer just received a Lamborghini on discount, 50%. The seller just lost 50% on the sale and now is in the red, underwater on that sale, because there's definitely not a 50% markup on that product. That being said, that's one scenario. That's the scenario against it being used as money, right, as a stable form of currency. Same argument against Bitcoin. Volatility is just too high. That's number one. Number two is that you have this issue with the security question, right? This security question was just resolved in the courts, and the markets went crazy. You can see this, right? You can see this. And this right here is the manifestation of the hysteria in the market over the news, right? And when you go to Cointelegraph, this is the big case, right? And this was just some time ago. Well, here's the point. There is a flip side. There is a caveat to this. Now, everyone, they are frustrated with the SEC. Gary Gensler has been beating up companies and suing them and charging them, and they see it as bad for crypto and development of crypto in America. I agree. I agree. However, there is a flip side, right? When talking about development, development is different. Development and innovation is different than investment. And so, you know, here on in Time Magazine, here is a article that they did, a spotlight, Time Magazine, on Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor, if you don't know, has been for quite some time, excuse me, a strong proponent for Bitcoin, and specifically Bitcoin, calling it a form of money, calling it the best, hardest asset, hardest form of money, digital gold, everything, whatever. We've heard all of those narratives before. Now, that may be true, and that may not be true. That's not really the issue. The issue is how much he has purchased using corporate money, how much he has purchased through his company. And yeah, so the point is, he may be able to do that with the board. He may be able to do that. However, excuse me. However, the question is, will other companies have that influence over their board? Will other companies, whether, like the CEOs or CFOs, chief financial officers, will they be able to sell this to the shareholders, to the board? I don't think so. I don't think so. So this idea of billions of dollars and coming in, I just don't think that that's realistic at this time. Will it change? Maybe. I do believe that cryptocurrencies, the technology, blockchain technology, is revolutionary. It's going to change the world. It's going to change the way we live, the way we transact, the way we communicate. Um, there are some good things about it. There are some bad things about it. But I think what is happening is a bit of over exuberance. It's a hysteria because of the emotional reaction due to Gary Gensler and the SEC persecuting crypto companies. And so it's kind of like a finger. It's kind of like a finger in the eye of the SEC. It's kind of like a protest, right? It's a protest purchase. Buying XRP, buying Bitcoin. It's a protest purchase uh, from the market and pumping it because part of hysteria and part of a misunderstanding, part of a buy into the narrative. I just don't think that there's going to be an onboarding of all of these companies purchasing crypto, right? Now, BlackRock purchasing Bitcoin is different than all of these other cryptocurrencies, right? That's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the primary mover of the market. Bitcoin has the highest market cap. Bitcoin is the king of crypto, right? However, there was an exchange in this interview. There was an exchange between Saylor and Elon Musk, right? And here on Twitter, I guess it says, and let me read this. It says, but it was a casual Twitter exchange that solidified Saylor's position as a crypto guru. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are digital, decentralized forms of money. And again, I disagree with that, right? For the reasons I've already explained. It's too volatile. Um, in December, Elon Musk tweeted a highly risque image of a Franciscan monk, eyes cast heavenward, hands clasped in prayer, trying to resist the sultry allure of Bitcoin. like it's a temptation, like it's a sin, like the monk is trying to resist Bitcoin. It's pretty funny, actually. I did see that on Twitter. Saylor replied to Musk that he should do Tesla shareholders a, look at this, $100 billion favor and convert Tesla's balance sheet. Tesla's balance sheet, okay, which stockholders are uh, you know owners, part owners of this company, right? Tesla's balance sheet from dollars to Bitcoin. Musk responded. Now this is very telling. His response gives us an idea of how this narrative may not be what we think it is. Musk responded, "Are such large transactions even possible?" Right? To which Saylor replied, "Yes, I have purchased over 1.3 billion in BTC in the past months of, by the way, company money, of which shareholders are uh, directly tied to. And would be happy to share my playbook with you offline from one rocket scientist to another." So here's the thing. Do other companies, the majority of corporations in America, do they have, number one, the same board that is willing to take a risk, willing to approve this? Are the shareholders of these companies okay with that? And I don't think so. I really don't think so. Not at this time. I don't think it's at that point yet. So here's the thing. Why do corporations, why do fund managers, hedge funds, fund managers invest in these baskets of securities? Well, because they have been vetted. There is a application process. There's a gatekeeper, and it's heavily regulated. Now, being heavily regulated for crypto as a startup technology is not good because it slows innovation, especially when Gary Gensler is not disclosing the hard and fast rules for crypto, right? He's not making the path clear and making the path attainable for most projects, right? I mean, you have Coinbase suing the SEC because the path to approval is unclear. And of course, the SEC is suing Coinbase, saying that they have violated the SEC's rules, right? So this is the confusion. So is the question, is the problem really of being a security or not? Well, one can argue yes for startups and for innovation, but no for corporations and investing shareholder money. And so here's the point. This ruling XRP not a security, in my opinion, can exclude a lot of money coming into the market. Why? Because a lot of shareholders are uneasy and not comfortable with the corporation that they're holding shares to, investing company money into cryptocurrency, highly volatile assets, highly volatile, assets. So this is something to watch. So, this narrative that everything's going to the moon and everything has changed and the future is bright and it's only up from here. I don't think that's where we're at. I don't think that is the reality. I don't think that's what's going to play out in the real world, right? So just be careful. Don't buy into the hype. Again, I cannot give you investment advice. I'm not a licensed a licensed advisor, investment advisor, and so and I wouldn't do that anyway. I do analysis, but I just wanted to share this perspective with you, that this idea that all of a sudden, because um, you know it's a huge win, and crypto is free, and we're just going to the moon from there. Look, retail, it's probably, for the projects themselves, it's good because they're able to innovate without a lot of restrictions, right? Number two, it's good because the crypto not being XRP not being security is good because it allows Coinbase freedom in the way they operate. However, there's an inherent risk to that, right? An inherent risk when it's not heavily regulated. Now, is the real problem being a security, or is the real problem the SEC Cherry Gensler um, not treating the crypto industry in the right way? And I think it's the latter. I think it's the SEC, Gary Gensler, being aggressive and suing everybody instead of providing a path to understanding of how these cryptocurrencies should be classified, right? So there you have it, friends. I just wanted to give you a perspective on this. I don't want to take too long, but think about this. Think about this. Truly think about this. The reason why you have a lot of fund managers pouring billions of dollars into Microsoft and Google and Amazon, um, you know, these are heavily regulated securities. And for large corporations with billions of dollars of other people's money, shareholder money, they want security, right? They want to know that what they're buying is heavily regulated because that gives them safety and security in the market, right? That being said, in light of this, now that XRP is not a security, now that the SEC cannot heavily regulate it, um, they may find other options, right? Other options to regulate it, um, or try to get their hands on it or whatever. I don't think this is a 100% hard and fast clear win for cryptocurrency. It is for development. It's a win for development, but I don't think it's a total win for future investors or future corporations to bring investor money, shareholder money into these cryptocurrencies. Definitely not that big of a deal for the smaller cryptocurrencies, the altcoins, right? Because there are no hedge fund managers that are going to buy cryptocurrencies that are number 100 on the list according to market cap. Too risky. It's just not going to happen, right? So let us stay sober minded. Let us stay uh, anchored to a perspective that's in reality, right? So think about it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I really want to know what you think. Is XRP not a security ruling? Is it a win for crypto? Is it going to bring billions of dollars like the narrative is into crypto, into these coins, these projects? I don't think so. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you for your time. Please click like, please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.